The dream of a national championship continues for two more teams. It's semifinal action from the Lady Tiger Classic in Pickerington, Ohio, as undefeated White County, Tennessee battles #1 Oregon City. It's the best in girls high school basketball next here on Coaxial Sports.
I know I need an education to be successful, but I also want to get started on my career as soon as I can. That's what makes the education at Columbus State successful. It's very focused. You really learn what you need to learn to succeed in your field. They live and breathe what they teach. They really know what they're talking about. Everything that we learn in school is very applicable to the internship. You can get a good education for a price that is very affordable. Coming to Columbus State is definitely the best decision I ever made.
Columbus State, we have your future in mind.
It's 9:30 p.m. Do you know where your realtor is? If you're working with Dan Greger's team at RE/MAX Suburban Realtors, chances are they're in the office or out with clients, working hard to find you the right home or to get your property sold. Time to buy or sell a home? Call Dan Greger's team at RE/MAX and start packing. Call 833-6611 and ask for Dan Greger.
What makes you so tough? So what makes the New Holland Super Boom so tough? Everything. See your Ford New Holland dealer today and put the toughest skid steer loader on the market to work for you.
You can sure tell it's fall. Got a color and a taste all its own. And at Bob Evans, we got something special for you. All new fall-time favorites. Dinners for just $5.99. Like tender beef tips and noodles in a hearty gravy. And country Dijon chicken with rice and grilled vegetables. Even a special fall treat, hot apple cobbler. You won't go hungry at Bob Evans. Won't go broke either. Come on in for fall-time favorites.
Bob Evans at dinner time.
The 1994 Pickerington Lady Tiger Holiday Classic is brought to you by Bob Evans, by Columbus State Community College, by Fun Trail Vans Incorporated, by Bill Swad Chevy Geo, by Franklin Tractor Sales, by Dwayne R. Spence Funeral Home, by Fairfield National Bank, by Dan Greger, RE/MAX Suburban, by Mini Storage, and by Beanie's Mufflerland. It's semifinal action from the Lady Tiger Holiday Classic in Pickerington, Ohio. And this matchup will see White County from Sparta, Tennessee taking on Oregon City. Hi, everybody. I'm Randy Reinhardt, and welcome to semifinal action from the Lady Tiger Classic here on Coaxial Sports and also on Sports Channel. We are down to the top 4 teams in this tournament. We started with 8, the best teams from North America. We're down now to the final 4. All 4 teams in the semifinals are undefeated. I'm Randy Reinhardt, joined by Jim Hamilton. And this first semifinal matchup here on Coaxial Sports is brought to you by Bob Evans. You won't go hungry at Bob Evans, and you won't go broke either. Jim, you look at this matchup. Sparta comes in with an outstanding record. The folks from White County High School, 8-0 on this season. They had a great win over Cardinal O'Hara, a game that went back and forth. They won 53-43. We could talk about Miranda Moore. We did that in the first matchup. But I think a key player for this team has got to be Amber Clark, and she had an outstanding game in the first round.
Well, Amber certainly had a great game last night. She went, I think, had 27 points. They got the ball to her inside, and she produced. And she got it by getting it on the wing and then taking it to the basket very strong. And she is also a good passer. She and Miranda Moore will be the factor tonight for White County.
Meanwhile, when you talk about Oregon City, they are also 8-0 on the season, #1 in the nation, according to USA Today. They breezed by Harrison Central from Mississippi in the first round, 79-58. We saw Tammy Arnold. She is a player. But how about that point guard? I know you like the play of Ashley Smith.
She is an excellent point guard. She's only a sophomore, but she had 9 assists last night, delivered the ball to all of those players. They run a transition offense, and their defense gets the ball into her hands a lot by the steals. She gets the ball to the people that needs to have the ball.
Jim, keys in this matchup tonight. What are you watching for in this first semifinal?
Well, two contrasting teams. Oregon City, with their defenses, get the ball out. They're going to create a lot of turnovers and get the ball in transition, a lot of easy baskets. White County, on the other hand, half-court team, half-court defense, half-court offense. I think the key will be for White County to be able to get the ball inside and to make it a good game inside in their half-court offense.
And White County in the first round, Jim, only played 6 players. In fact, the 6th player off the bench only played 4 minutes. And stamina is going to be a factor. You play 3 games here in 46 hours. This should be a great semifinal. White County taking on Oregon City. Back with the tip-off of semifinal action from the Lady Tiger Holiday Classic right after this here on Coaxial Sports.
"40 years ago, folks had to watch their pennies, and they knew they'd go a long way at Bob Evans. We'd like to invite you back to that time with our 10 weekday breakfast breaks. Like number 5, our new hot cakes with hot appleberry topping. Or number 10, our new light breakfast with egg beaters and Bob Evans Country Light Sausage. 10 breakfasts, $2.99 and under. You won't go hungry at Bob Evans, won't go broke either. Come on in for breakfast.
Bob Evans at breakfast time.
I'm very meticulous about my vehicle, and Fun Trail Vans was too.
The salesperson was courteous and, more importantly, knowledgeable.
I appreciated the selection. I needed options, and Fun Trail Vans had them.
Customer service and satisfaction are the rules, not the exceptions at Fun Trail Vans. We offer complete custom conversions, ARE truck caps, alarm systems, cellular phones, plus much more. And as an official Ameritech mobile service dealer, Fun Trail Vans can offer you security and convenience. Fun Trail Vans, your one-stop van and truck accessory store.
My dad was a great guy. He did everything for us, even though he was a pretty pitiful cook. But he was the best father a little girl could ever hope for. When Dad died, we wanted a service as special as he was. We found a funeral home that even let us bring in old photos and play his favorite song. They helped us remember his life, and that helped us get on with ours.
Dwayne R. Spence Funeral Homes, serving Central Ohio.
Is your bank open the hours you need it to be? If not, switch to Fairfield National Bank's Super Money Market office inside the Pickerington Kroger store. We're open weekdays till 8, Saturdays till 6, and Sunday noon to 4. With hours like these, why would you bank anywhere else? For customers' hours, not bankers' hours, visit Fairfield National Bank inside the Pickerington Kroger store.
Expect a difference. Fairfield National Bank.
Welcome back to Pickerington High School for semifinal action from the Lady Tiger Holiday Classic. Semifinal number 1, White County. The record of 8-0, taking on Oregon City, also 8-0. Time now to take a look at the starting lineups. As you see, Dave Butcher, the head coach of Pickerington, seated next to Nancy Darsh, the head women's coach at The Ohio State University. Here are the starters, brought to you by Bob Evans, where you won't go hungry at Bob Evans, you won't go broke either. The starting lineups. One difference from what we saw in the first round, Jim Hamilton, that is the fact that Osorio is going to start at a wing tonight for Oregon City in place of Shelley Alderman, but they are just interchangeable parts, according to head coach Brad Smith. So she will get the start instead. Osorio, a 5'7" junior, averaging 4.5 points a game. Alderman averaged 9 points a game, but she had a big game in the first round, Jim, coming up with 15 points.
She played very well. Oregon City played 9 players, really, maybe even 10 players, so it doesn't really make too much difference who's in there, Randy.
Steve Donahue in the middle of the 3 officials. Brian Stats on the far right. Greg Reed on the left. Your 3 officials for this contest. Semifinal number 1. As we said, Oregon City is number 1 in the nation, and coming up in the second semifinal, you've got number 2 and number 4 in the nation as number 4 Christ the King out of New York takes on the host team, number 2 ranked Pickerington. What a outstanding matchup that should be as well. So stick around for both games right here on Coaxial Sports, and glad to have you aboard on Sports Channel as well. White County, as we said, with that win in the first round over Cardinal O'Hara by a score of 53-43. Head coach is Steve Holland. He's got a record of 36-3 now in his second year, and there is Brad Smith, 17 years of coaching, a record now of 362-66, all at Oregon City. In fact, he went to high school, the land of the Pioneers. Oregon City, of course, located in Oregon, playing in the Three Rivers League with other teams like Lake Oswego and Lake Ridge. Tip controlled by White County, and that is Amber Clark for 2.
Just where she finished last night, she starts tonight. Got the ball right to the basket.
Inside, the pass goes right to Moore, so very quickly A team from Sparta, Tennessee, with a chance to take a nice lead early, 18 seconds into this contest. And this is Sims in the backcourt. We saw her handle the ball, for 32 minutes in that first round matchup. Inside, Clark cannot get the bounce. Tipped around into the hands of Arnold.
We will see White County, I think, do a very good job against Oregon City's presses. That time they got the ball reversed and had the ball right to the basket.
Skip pass to Osorio, who nails it, 4-2, and we're not at a 2 apiece. 42 seconds into this contest, and now the full court pressure put on by the Lady Pioneers, and it causes a turnover. Arnold's got it. Tammy to 14. Nope. Tipped around, fought for. And this is Ashley Smith. Osorio will launch again. She's got 4.
Ashley knows where the open player is and gets the ball right there. But we're going to see the key right here is White County being able to not turn the ball over against the pressure of Oregon City. And
Clark trying to get the handle back. Dribbled the ball along the baseline, so we'll go back the other way with 6:48 left to go here in the first quarter. 4-2 Oregon City on top, thanks to 2 buckets early on by Stephanie Osorio, the 5'7" junior.
Randy, an interesting stat last night. White County only shot 35 times and made 16 for 45%. On the other hand, Oregon City shot 84 times, made 31.
In fact, they were down a number of times by 7 to 9 points against Cardinal O'Hara. That was a very spurty contest in the first round, but they came back to win by 10. You see a 2-3 put up by White County, fought for inside, and Webb will hunt it down. Here comes Sims. You know, we kid about this, Jim. We always say when the Warriorettes come up court, they always get the ball to Sims, then reload and take their time.
That's exactly right. And here they are back into their half-court offense.
Danielle Webb.
And I'm sure Oregon City will try to keep the ball from the high post because White County is very good when they get that ball into the high post, go high-low. Oregon City in a 2-3 zone as we start their half-court.
Jim, I go back to my comment in the open. Can you play a team like Oregon City with only 5 players? As they get a turnover here, and here goes Smith to the hoop for 2.
That will be a factor because the game is up-tempo, and not only is it up-tempo, they continually have pressure on. So it's just a tough job getting the ball up the floor.
Clark, lead for Sims, has it knocked away by Osorio from behind, but White County will get it back. Another factor we should mention, too, we did not touch on in the first-round games. This court here is 94 feet. Some of the schools used to playing on the standard high school size of 84, so the 10 feet really does make a difference, doesn't it, Jim?
It certainly does both ways, and oftentimes teams are not as good pressuring when the court's that long, but it certainly hasn't influenced Oregon City at all.
Moore with the frustration foul. Picks up her first here.
There we see the ball right inside to Miranda Moore, and they're very good at getting the ball to the basket. And that'll, again, without belaboring the point, that will be the key in this ball game.
First foul in this game, 5:20 left to go. First quarter, Oregon City on top. Yamasaki, who is just a freshman, gets it inside, and a nice play as Arnold puts it down for 2.
That wasn't a freshman pass.
No.
They put Arnold on the outside against the 2-3 and just run her through on the wing and threw a pass from the backside.
Kind of reminiscent of the high-low game we saw from White County in the first round. On the turnover, Osorio with the pass to Yamasaki for 2 more.
She'll be heard of, Randy. She's a good player. 25, Yamasaki. She is only a 9th grader.
And she's 6'1.5", and it's 10-2. And you would think soon Steve Holland might have to burn a timeout if his team can't convert here. This time they do as Webb puts it in for 2. That's something she did not do in the first round. She did not score a point.
That's correct, her first 2.
But she had 5 rebounds in that game against Cardinal O'Hara. Baseline Arnold. Did she throw it away? Nope, it was last touched by White County, so the Lady Pioneers will get it back with 4:29 left to go, first quarter.
Interesting, Randy. This is the first time that I've seen 3 officials in high school, I think. Maybe I have before, but it's interesting to watch the 3 official teams work here in the high school game.
See Arnold work for that ball. The pass was a little short. She just reached over the top of the defender and caught the pass effortlessly. And with 4:24 left to go, she is fouled on the play.
When you're 6'3", there's no one out there over 6. That gives her a distinct advantage when she posts up inside.
2 fouls on Moore. Inside, the shot is up and good by McKinney.
Smith is just amazing. She gets the ball to that open player. It's instinctive, and she is excellent at doing that.
Averages 7 assists per contest, but she had 9 in the first round matchup. 12-4 now, just about halfway through the first quarter. Sims to Stafford. We talked about her steady play in the first round and all season for the team from Sparta, Tennessee. Inside, Clark for 2.
Good job. And Amber, again, gets the ball right in front of the basket. She gets her body square very well before she shoots it.
Averages 15.6. She's got 4 in this contest. The lead down to half a dozen now at 12-6. Yamasaki's called for the walk. And now Oregon City starts the subs. Shelly Alderman, who had 15 in the first round matchup, checks into the contest. Also in number 54, Brian Mulherry.
And you and I talked, Randy, last night. Not only do they give you a lot of different presses, but they also put people in different positions in those presses.
Well, that's the thing. They move them all over. And the thing is, when you look at some of these stats, you've got to realize, too, that for Oregon City, a lot like Pickerington and other teams you'll see in this tournament, when they're averaging 20 points or something, they're normally doing that, Jim, in about maybe 2 or 2.5 quarters at most.
I think we talked last night that Tammy Arnold averaged 17 minutes a game.
And a strong move to the hoop by Miranda Moore for 2 with 3:22 left in the quarter, and she'll have a chance for one more.
You know, very early we have seen both teams exploit their strengths. Here you're going to see Miranda take it strong to the basket. Very well done. And again, White County, that will be their secret, to be able to do that all evening.
Foul goes on Tammy Arnold, her first and the team's first. Remember, she got in foul trouble last night. She had 4 in that contest. And Moore converts the 3-point play, and what was an 8-point lead is now down to 3 with 3:18 left to go. 12-9. I'm Randy Reinhardt along with Jim Hamilton. Glad to have you aboard here on Coaxial Sports and nationally on Sports Channel. Ashley Smith looking for some help.
And
skip pass.
White County went to 1-3-1, changed their zone a little bit.
Alderman was hot from there last night. Nothing has changed.
She likes that spot. She liked it last night. She still likes it.
14-9. Sims with the lead pass now to Clark. Will put it off balance and nail it.
Yes. Oh, well done. Maybe a little faster than Coach Holland wanted, but the results were very good.
Falling to the left, shooting to the right. She nailed the jumper. 14-11. That is a monster skip pass and launch from way outside by Cherrier. No good, and the rebound pulled down by Moore. And a chance now for White County to cut it to 1 or maybe tie this contest with 2.5 left to go in the first quarter. Stafford inside for Clark. She loves the double team, Jim. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Then she likes to break it and go for the 3-point play. Rejected by Arnold. White County will get it back. Well, we talked about Tammy's ability from the field, from the line, and Jim, she averages just about 3 block shots per contest.
Yep. She came out, she saw her being in the shooting position and just blocked it out of bounds.
Stafford, Sabrina to Sims to Clark.
Here's our high-low again.
This time she will take it off the iron. Look at Webb inside. Nope. And the folks from Tennessee thought a foul should have been called. They don't get it, but they will get the basketball back with 2:04 left in the quarter. A lot more play early on from Danielle Webb.
I thought she played a very good ball game last night. She didn't score, but I liked how she played last night, and she started out very strong tonight.
Very intense with 2 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. 14-11. This is Clark drawing a triple team. Webb will launch. It is short, and Oregon City will get it back now with 1:52 left in the quarter.
Good defense that time. Webb had a hand in her face and wasn't able to get a good shot off.
And as they set up the offense now, you see Ashley Smith with 3 fingers in the air. Interestingly enough, all of Oregon City's offenses are named after Civil War battles because both the coaches are history teachers. Something you did not know, I bet. Arnold lost the handle, but it's knocked out of bounds.
Randy, you're amazing. You have all this information. That is amazing.
Mark Matheny, our statistician, handed me that note. I can't claim that one. Smith the inbound now twice in this contest. They've gotten the easy pass inside. They get it again. Brian Mulherry with another bucket. It is now 16-11 with 1:28 left to go in the first quarter. And quick hands by Cherrier. That's the thing about Kaylin. She'll come in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the quarter, Jim, and really be a spark at the point at times off the bench for the Lady Pioneers.
It's interesting to see that both Cherrier and Smith are playing together out there, 2-point guards.
McKinney is back into the contest now, and Arnold will take a seat with 1:25 left to go. You would assume what, she breaks for the last 90 and the timeout as well?
I'd be my guess. Look at that. Quick hands.
Smith is there.
Left-handed
with 2 more. Yep. Oregon City shooting 75% from the field before that shot. 8 out of 12. White County 5 out of 11, 45%. 18-11, 1:06 left to go. Stafford is open. She's dangerous.
Got the ball inside, down past the defense, and that's, again, their key.
Her first 2 in this contest. She had 8 in the first round matchup against Cardinal O'Hara, and taken away by Webb. She's had a strong first quarter. 49 seconds left, and a whistle and a foul, and chalk it up to Shelly Alderman.
It'll be interesting to see, Randy, whether White County goes for 1 here with 40 or 48 seconds. Just a little aggressive there.
As you said, Webb played very, very well in the first round matchup, but boy, she has really been determined here in this semifinal matchup. Of course, that's what happens, I guess, Jim, when you play the #1 team in the country, right?
It gets your attention. And the good teams like that. They like that competition to be able to get out and play well there.
Amber Clark's going to be called for the walk before she put the ball on the floor.
You don't like to see those turnovers unforced.
Now Arnold is back in, so she doesn't wait for the last 30 seconds and the break between quarters. She comes back in after resting, what, about 25 seconds. She checks back into this contest. Now, if you're Oregon City, you don't wait for 1, do you? Up for 5? Or?
No, you keep trying to get your good shot.
Okay, this is Arnold outside. She'll launch. It is short. Tipped around, fought for. Last touch by Moore, so it goes back to the Lady Pioneers. Both teams 8-0 on the season. White County, in fact, was #1 in the nation for 8 weeks last year. Arnold has the screen, takes it inside. Yamasaki, 20 seconds left. Tammy gets it back off the glass. Nope. Fought for and knocked into the hands of Amber Clark. Down to 10 seconds left in the quarter. Launch by Stafford. Too strong. Weak side. Webb will hunt it down with 2, with 1, and that will end the first quarter. Oregon City, a strong first 8 minutes in the semifinal matchup. They lead White County by a score of 18-13. Back with more from the Lady Tiger Holiday Classic right after this. Stay tuned.
The Ferrari Testarossa, 0 to 160 before you can say, wow. The Porsche Cabriolet, style that's nothing less than compelling. The Ford GT Series, powerful engines, slick aero design, and a bucket seat. It's the lawn tractor that thinks it's a sports car.
See the complete line of Ford tractors at Franklin Tractor, 915 Harmon Avenue.
Optical illusions, electric dreams, the amazing and the fantastic, the latest movies, the hottest scenes. Precious? No. But how do they do it? Go behind the camera for an up-close look at the tricks of the trade and the special effects masters who make it all come true. Movie Magic, Thursdays at 9 Eastern and Pacific, exclusively on the Discovery Channel.
Good. It's 9:30 p.m. Do you know where your realtor is? If you're working with Dan Greger's team at RE/MAX Suburban Realtors, chances are they're in the office or out with clients, working hard to find you the right home or to get your property sold. Time to buy or sell a home? Call Dan Greger's team at RE/MAX and start packing. Call 833-6611 and ask for Dan Greger.
I came to Beanie's Mufflerland for the quality craftsmanship and the stainless steel exhaust.
I brought my car to Beanie's because he does the best custom work in Columbus.
I find it to be very reputable and only give you the parts you need.
In Columbus, Ohio, if you can't get it done at Beanie's, you just can't get it done.
So come to Beanie's Mufflerland, where we treat every car like a classic.
Welcome back to Pickerington High School. One of the younger fans here, definitely enjoying her basketball. As you can see that Oregon City leads after 1 quarter, 18-13. Smith had 4 and Osorio 4 to lead the Lady Pioneers. For White County, Clark had 6. Jim, your thoughts about the first 8 minutes of play?
Well, one of the things that happened that I thought would have to happen for White County is they got 13 shots as opposed to Oregon City's 14, and they're going to have to get the ball into the offensive area.
Arnold with 2 more now in this contest, and White County 46% from the field in the first 8 minutes, and Oregon City 9 out of 14, 64%. Stafford will launch, a little short. Arnold there weak side for the rebound.
I don't think White County can beat Oregon City out there. They've got to get the ball inside.
And Smith lost the handle, and she's called for the walk. Well, there's no shot clock in girls high school basketball. You don't see it too often, but do you ever think about waiting and holding on to the basketball a little bit?
I don't think you want to do that. I think what you want to do is get into the rhythm that you're more comfortable with, and I think White County's more comfortable in taking the ball to the basket, squaring up, and getting that good shot.
And in fact, we saw that high-low game really work well for them in the second half in their first-round game against Cardinal O'Hara. Clark, strong to the hoop. I told you, that's the move she likes. She likes to be challenged. I think that brings out the best in Amber Clark, and she draws the foul inside with 7:07 left to go in the first half. Chalk it up to Michelle McKinney. That's her first. Take a look.
She's only 5'10", and she doesn't look very strong, but she has the ability, look at her, use her body to get the ball to the basket. And she scored many of her 27 points last night doing that.
She's got 6 already in this contest. She will shoot 2. Team foul number 3 committed on the Lady Pioneers in this contest. 2 committed so far by White County. And when you talk about Amber Clark, Jim, here's another young lady that is going to college to play basketball. She's going to Tennessee Tech.
Good job there. She has a good stroke on the outside, too.
Nails 2 from the line. Go ahead.
White County come out with a little pressure at the beginning of the quarter, but now they're back. Looks to me like they're in that 2-3 a little.
Yamasaki will launch in front of the iron. Arnold fights for it, tipped around, out of bounds. Off the foot of a player for White County. Terry Brock is into the contest right now, and this is the situation we saw last night where White County early in the second quarter, Jim, brought in a sub. They played only 6 players. We'll see what they do in this contest. Yamasaki hunts it down to Osorio. Back over to Ashley Smith. Yamasaki inside. Nope. Arnold, look at that flat foot. It gets the rebound. Yes.
White County is going to have to do a little better job of keeping her away from the basket because of her height. If the ball comes down, it's just a jump, and she outreaches everybody.
Brock up to Moore. Down by 7. 6:22 left to go in the first half. This is Stafford. Now to Sims. We talked about how good these teams are. Clark puts one up too strong. Osorio with a rebound. White County would have been a better team probably with Kelly Jolly, their All-American candidate, who was injured. The walk called on Ashley Smith in a scrimmage where she had just scored 47 points in the closing seconds of that scrimmage. Injured her knee, out for the season with that ACL injury. And she eventually did sign a letter of intent to play at Tennessee anyway, but just think what she would have meant to this offense for White County.
Yes, because this is a very fine basketball team without her. Oregon City think like we think, Randy. They're trying to put pressure on Kara Sims. She runs the show for them, so they're trying to keep her way out away from the offensive area, making it more difficult to enter the ball into the inside.
Osorio picks up the foul. That's her first, and team foul number 4 now on Oregon City. Oh, I love the pressure that you see from Oregon City. You'll see that from Oregon City and Pickerington and Christ the King. Well, maybe that's why they're 3 of the 4 semifinalists.
That's why there are no defeats in these 4 teams.
Inside, Moore is short. Rebound, Yamasaki. This is Smith back the other way. 5:32 left to go first half. Oregon City up by 7. Lindsay will put it up and nail it. Boy, she is so fluid for a freshman.
Excellent basketball player already.
She's got 4 in this contest. She averages 6.8. This is Clark. A chance to go one-on-one with Arnold. She will stop and pop and miss. And Yamasaki, the only one there for the rebound, weak side. Touchdown pass inside. Arnold off balance. Nope. Rebound pulled down strong inside by Stafford.
Great pass by Smith. Threaded the needle right down the middle. And again, they're in that 1-3-1 half-court trap.
And that pass too strong on the play for Stafford.
Coach Holland needs to get a timeout here and slow them down a little. They've taken 2 or 3 shots out of their offense.
And they will burn a timeout. That is their first. They have 3 remaining. Oregon City with their full complement of 4 timeouts that you get in girls high school basketball. Well, Coaxial Sports has got some exciting news on January the 14th. 16 teams from across the country will gather in Columbus. The 1995 Coaxial National Hoops Classic. On hand will be Oak Hill Academy from Virginia, last year's national high school champion, as well as last year's runner-up Martin Luther King from Chicago. You'll see 12 preseason All-Americans, including Columbus's own Esteban Weaver. There you see the playback dates on your screen. It's the 1995 Coaxial National Hoops Classic. Check it out right there, the 16th through the 23rd, all to benefit kids in camp. You were talking about great passing and how much you love the play of Ashley Smith. You like great point guards.
We're going to see this look pass that thread the needle right through the defense. Just a great pass to Arnold. She missed the layup, but boy, she had the ball right to the basket.
I love the way she looked to the right and passed the ball on the line to the left.
One of the keys to basketball is to fundamentally to have that basketball be a part of you. And Ashley Smith, as being a coach's daughter, I'm sure has had a ball in her hand since she probably was still in the crib.
Probably got one for Christmas every year.
She probably got one when she was born.
From the field of this contest, White County, 6 out of 17, 35%. Out of 4 in this quarter. Oregon City is 12 out of 22 in this game. Now 55% from the field. Long distance for Alderman. Got it for 2.
You can't let her shoot there. She has buried every one of those.
Had a foot on the line, and she's got 5 in this contest. And this is Clark back the other way, working on Arnold. Puts it up. Oh, what a play. She put the shoulder down, Jim, to draw the foul. She didn't get it, but she nailed the hoop.
Good pass again across by Smith, and boom, 31. Osorio buries it.
I'm telling you what, Osorio and Alderman are scary. They are interchangeable parts for head coach Brad Smith, and they alternate who starts which game, and the way they play is uncanny. Each one seems to know when they're starting, and they elevate their game just one more level. The foul goes on Ashley Smith.
Yeah, Alderman had 15 last night, and she didn't start tonight, but as soon as she came right in the ball game, she started shooting that ball right in the basket.
Webb is back in now for White County. That's got to be a tough rotation now for the Warriorettes, Jim, to rotate just 6 players out there when you're playing a team like Oregon City that will play 10 and play outstanding defense. You saw the great play defensively inside. This is Alderman back the other way to the hoop. Can't get the roll. Fought for inside, and a whistle and a foul with 3:52 left to go in the first half. The Lady Pioneers up by 11. I think the foul's going to go on White County in the person of number 34, Terry Brock. She went over the back.
And again, last night, any time that Oregon City's opponent, which was Harrison Central, scored, they had the ball right back down the floor, and it's the same thing again tonight.
Inside. Well, Harry loses the handle, knocked away. Who touched it last? It was last touched by White County. Tennessee fans don't think so, but Oregon City will get it back. To look at part of the sellout crowd here at Pickerington High School, located just east of Columbus in Fairfield County, a hotbed of girls high school basketball. Pickerington, perennial state champs in girls high school basketball in the Buckeye State. This is Arnold from 7. Nope. Rebound strong inside and thrown up high off the glass by Mulherry for 2.
Arnold is, she caught that ball, checked the inside shoulder. Just very, very sound fundamentally.
Brian now with 4 in this contest, 30-17, largest lead in this game. Clark will have to hunt that down with 3:20 left to go in the first half. White County stuck on 17. They've scored only 4 points in this. Clark will launch. No good. Tipped away. Fought for, and Webb will hunt it down. Sims inside. Brock. Nope. And a rebound and a foul with 3:01 left to go in the first half on the Lady Pioneers. The foul will go.
Very good rebound that time by Miranda Moore. You'll see Miranda Moore get a very strong rebound. Got inside position. But again, White County is not the basketball team we saw last night, and Oregon City's defense is the reason. They have up-tempoed them. They have not let them get the ball inside, and that's the big factor here.
Yamasaki back in for Charrier. 3:01 left. Sims, Webb. This is Clark. Launched by Brock. Got it. Her first 2. She averages 3.6 a contest. And a whistle and a official's timeout as a small basketball rolls onto the court with 2:48 left to go, and we'll recycle one more time.
We can't use that one. Too small.
I can use that one.
Maybe you and I can go out and try to dunk with that one. But that wouldn't work either. We need a step ladder.
2:44 left. This is Ashley Smith. Arnold fighting for it with more inside. They're going to call a reach-in foul with 2:39 left to go. Steve Holland can't believe it. It's going to go on White County. Take a look inside. Who had position?
That's a little close. Might have been, there was some contact there.
And a tough call against Miranda Moore because that's her 3rd foul with 2:39 left to go in the first half. Do you set her down?
I don't think they can afford to set her down. From what we watched last night, they only played 6, so I think they'll let her play.
The one thing we saw working well for them in the second half of that game against Cardinal O'Hara in the first round was their high-low game, something we haven't seen a lot of here in the first half of this contest.
It's difficult because Oregon City puts so much pressure on the person handling the ball, and it's when you have pressure on the ball, you're just worried about taking care of it, let alone get the ball to that middle area.
Brock is open again. Got it again. Nice spark off the bench by Terry with 4 now in this contest. She's a 5'10" sophomore. Jim, I can't remember a Holiday Classic where we've seen so many sophomores and freshmen compelling out there like we have in this contest.
Just a ton of really good underclass players.
But you'll see some great seniors as well, especially in the second semifinal. You'll see Shamiqua Holtzclaw, the #1 player in the nation, according to many folks. And, of course, she plays for Christ the King out of New York. And Beth Ostendorf leading the Lady Tigers of Pickerington. 33-21, 150 left to go. Yamasaki, quick touch pass inside to Arnold. Ashley Smith thinks about it, now backs it out.
Very patient. For a team that runs and likes the transition, they can be very patient in the offensive area.
Lob inside for Arnold. Goes astray. Moore hunts it down. This is Sims. Touchdown pass for absolutely nobody.
Yeah, that half-court traffic. It's difficult to get the ball to the open person. A lot of arms and bodies to throw over.
As we said, both teams 8-0 on the season, and you talk about that record by Coach Brad Smith from Oregon City. 362 and 66 in 17 years. Checking in for the first time in this contest now for the Lady Pioneers is number 53, Sarah Warnock. She's a 6'2 sophomore.
And again, White County has stayed in some type of a zone all first half here, and they're still in their 2-3 right now, which seems to be their basic defense.
So Ashley Smith finally out of this contest, getting a rest for the Lady Pioneers. Well-deserved with 1:10 left to go in the first half. Yamasaki, top of the lane. Nope. Rebound at the hands of Brock. And this is Webb now.
Look at Yamasaki's arm. Look how long her arms are. And when she's at the top of this press, there's a hard to throw the ball anywhere.
As we said, she's just a freshman. Brock will launch again, and in and out, no good. Tipped around. Look at Webb fight for the ball and get it back with 48 seconds left in the first half. This is Clark to Sims.
They need a score here.
Sims has not attempted a shot in this first half. Webb will take a baseline and will draw the foul inside with 35.7 seconds left to go in the first half. Chalk it up to Sarah Warnock.
Again, back to White County's type of offense. You're going to see the ball in the wing and taking the ball right to the basket. Webb makes a nice show, gets the ball to the basket, draws the foul.
Team foul number 7 in the first half committed by the Lady Pioneers. Webb now has 2 points, but she's got 6 rebounds already in the first half and a steal. Good news for White County. They've only committed 4 fouls. The bad news is Miranda Moore has 3 of them.
One shot.
Arnold is back in. Warnock will take a seat with the last 35.7 on the clock. 1 out of 2. Clark fights for the rebound. Tips it around. Who's going to get it? Nobody. Going to go back to White County.
Yep, let's see if they go for 1.
Look at Coach Steve Holland.
He's going to get Miranda out of there not to pick up that foolish foul at the end of the half. That's a good move.
And down at White County, another thing that you see that's somewhat different than what we see in Ohio. They have no JV program. They have a freshman team, and they're undefeated. Varies by state. We'll touch on some of the nuances throughout these contests.
Good job by Webb. Took the ball right to the middle of the zone, jumped up, shot it in.
She's got 5 now in this contest, Jim.
Little 1-3-1 trap here.
Yamasaki will launch. And Clark now with 1 more chance. You see time remaining, first half. Who's going to get it? On the floor, fought for, loose ball. Sims is tied up by Arnold. It will go to White County with that much time left in the first half.
White County needs to get down and get a good shot. If they could cut this lead down to 7 or 6.
There you see the loose ball and the scramble. Want to see scrappy teams? Keep it right here on Coaxial Sports and Sports Channel for the scrappiest you'll see. And a blocking foul called on the Lady Pioneers. Chalk it up on Osorio. She'll pick up her second. 3.8 left in the first half. Alderman has 2. Osorio with 2 in the first half for Oregon City. Only person in foul trouble at all for White County, as we said, Miranda Moore with 3.
if she can get these in, Randy, that brings what down to 7. And that's reasonable given where they could have gone here in the last minute and a half of this first half.
Interesting move. Coach Brad Smith brings in his daughter Ashley for the last 3 seconds of the first half.
Yep. She wants to get the ball. He wants to get the ball in her hands. She can deliver it maybe to the open person for a good, strong 3-point shot.
Sims makes 1 of 2. Arnold. Carrier will launch. Wide right. We've played 16 minutes, the first semifinal of the Lady Tiger Holiday Classic. The #1 team in the nation on top by 8, 33-25. Back with more on Coaxial Sports right after this.
No one's quite sure when boys turn into men, or if they ever do. And although we never had a choice on how we entered this world, we do have a choice on how we leave. If you've ever considered cremation, consider this. You can still have a funeral. You can still have a memorial service. That way, everyone you ever said hello to will have a way to say goodbye. Dwayne R. Spence Funeral Homes, serving Central Ohio.
Know what you can do with everything that's taking up that extra space in your home? Stuff it. That's right, stuff our space instead of yours.
Stuff it with us at one of our 2 Columbus area mini storage locations with 24-hour access and state-of-the-art security. And now you can stuff one of our brand new 14-foot fully loaded cargo vans. For all your storage and truck rental needs, call the Reynoldsburg or Morse Road Mini Storage today.
Friends, during our year-end closeout sale, you can drive a brand new 94 Geo Prism for only $159 a month, no money down and no payments till April. 20 to choose from, all at this incredibly low price. Every car has air conditioning, stereo, rear defogger, and dual airbags. Now you can drive the car that Consumer Digest called one of 94's best buys for only $159 a month. Why pay thousands more for an import when you don't have to? Come drive home a Prism today at Bill Swad's Chevy Geo. You'll be glad you did.
I'm very meticulous about my vehicle, and Fun Trail Vans was too.
The salesperson was courteous and, more importantly, knowledgeable.
I appreciated the selection. I needed options, and Fun Trail Vans had them.
Customer service and satisfaction are the rules, not the exceptions at Fun Trail Vans. We offer complete custom conversions, ARE truck caps, alarm systems, cellular phones, plus much more. And as an official Ameritech mobile service dealer, Fun Trail Vans can offer you security and convenience. Fun Trail Vans, your one-stop van and truck accessory store.
Welcome back. We're at the half right now, the first semifinal of the Lady Tiger Holiday Classic, and Oregon City leads by a score of 33-25 over White County. I'm Randy Reinhardt, and joining me here at the break is the man that is the tournament director for the Lady Tiger Holiday Classic. I'm talking about Pete Blades. And Pete, thanks for joining us here at the break.
Thank you for having me. We welcome Coaxial Communications for this televising this game.
Pete, let's just talk about this tournament and all the effort that goes into it. How many months and how many people does it take to put all this together?
We're working about a year ahead of time on the teams, maybe a year and a quarter on some of them. Probably 100 people working on this thing, maybe 150 right now. Feeding the players, taking care of the concession stands, taking care of the teams, watching them out for them in the hotels, providing transportation, whatever we need to do to make their stay comfortable in Pickerington.
I guess the big question is, when you look at this field, how do you determine what teams you're going to pick for the Lady Tiger Holiday Classic each and every year?
Well, we look at young players and see where the team's coming from and where they're going, what kind of program they have, what kind of coaching they have. It's always a difficult decision to try and do this, and you're using a crystal ball a little bit because you got to figure out what this team's going to be like in a year or 2 years. And we got a little lucky this year. We've ended up with the #1, the #2, the #4, and the #8 team in the country in here in Pickerington, and it's been called the best tournament in the country, so we're pretty happy this year that we've been able to come up with this kind of field.
Talk about some of the other perks for the girls, too. It's more than just coming here and playing 3 games in 48 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We, of course, we feed them, and we end this thing up with a big dance, and we send them home, and they'll have a great time. We had 5 of the teams that have flown in this year from different parts of the country, and they're just having a good time, and they play hard, and they work hard, but they're hoping they have a little fun while they're here.
Pete, I know it's early, but any hint as to what we could see in 1995?
I think right now we're talking about obviously trying to keep this tournament going at the level it's at. If we can do that, we'll be real happy. You know, it gives Pickerington a chance to play a top-notch caliber of competition. I think it helps Ohio basketball tremendously, Ohio girls basketball. And as you can see, the place is sold out right now. And when you get in that situation for a girls basketball game in the state of Ohio, I think everybody who knows anything about basketball ought to be pretty pleased.
If anybody can keep this tournament at the top, Pete Blades is the guy that can do it. Thanks for your time at the break. 33-25 the score. Oregon City on top by 8 over White County. Back with more from the Lady Tiger Holiday Classic right after this. Stay tuned.
You have to continue your education if you plan on getting ahead. I work full-time during the day, and Columbus State offers a curriculum at night. People can take selected courses to help them in their current jobs. The cost is very affordable. The equipment at Columbus State is top of the line. The instructors are personal, the classes are small, and you get a quality education.
Yes, you can. Columbus State, we have your future in mind.
Know what you can do with that dear old antique car of yours that's taking up precious space? Stuff it. That's right, stuff our garage instead of yours.
Stuff it with us at one of our 2 Columbus area mini storage locations with 24-hour access and state-of-the-art security. And now you can stuff one of our brand new 14-foot fully loaded cargo vans. For all your storage and truck rental needs, call the Reynoldsburg or Morse Road Mini Storage today.
The difference between hard and easy. This is hard. This is easy. Hard. Easy. Ford compact diesel tractors. Step-through deck, accommodator seat, easy-to-reach controls. They make it easy to get your work done.
See the complete line of Ford tractors at Franklin Tractor, 915 Harmon Avenue.
Can't get to your bank before 5 o'clock? Then you need the convenience of Fairfield National Bank's Super Money Market office. Located inside the Pickerington Kroger store, our full-service office is open weekdays until 8, Saturdays until 6, and Sunday noon to 4. Bank and shop in just one stop. Apply for a loan, make a deposit, or just cash a check. You'll like the difference that's in store for you at the Super Money Market office inside Pickerington Kroger store, only from Fairfield National Bank.
Welcome back. Semifinal action from the Lady Tiger Holiday Classic. Oregon City on top of White County 33-25 as we get ready to start the second half of action in this matchup. Oregon City led in scoring by Osorio and Arnold with 6 apiece. For White County, Clark had 10, Webb had 5, and Jim, time now to look at the numbers from the first half. And you can see that from the line, White County 71%, 5 out of 7. Oregon City never went to the line, and you can see by those numbers that Oregon City continues to dominate from the field as they have throughout the season, shooting over 50%.
That's right, and again, they shot 31 times as opposed to White County only shooting 24 times. And it's pretty much what we thought at the beginning of the game. It was White County's, it would be their ability to handle the press and to get the ball inside, and they've been moderately successful.
Jim, you're both coaches. First of all, if you're Steve Holland in White County, what did you tell your team at the half?
Well, I think they've got to put more pressure on Oregon City, and then offensively, they've got to get the ball to the offensive area, take some time, get the ball inside so they can get that good percentage shot.
Meanwhile, if you're Oregon City and you are head coach Brad Smith, what did you tell your team?
Keep putting pressure on the basketball. Our success is being able to contest the basketball, contest the shooters, make them take difficult shots, and then get it down in the transition. And the other thing that they do very well, which I'm sure he's told him, once we get the ball in the half court, make sure you move the ball, get the good shot.
Tammy Arnold picks up a foul. That's her second, team foul number 1 of the second half. Stafford back out now to Sims. 33-25, 20 seconds into the second half. Knocked away by Smith. Nice save. She kept that ball from going out of bounds, reversed her dribble. And there's Webb, though, to steal the pass inside, intended for Yamasaki.
Interesting, Webb had more open but did not throw the ball because they are not a transition team.
Stafford, open baseline. You can't give her that shot. She nails it.
But they can do that. If they can get back and do that here a few times, get right back in the ball game.
Inside, put up by Arnold. Got it. A chance for one more.
A player as good as Arnold is, you must keep her from going to the basket. That she just came right down the middle and got an easy rebound and a putback. Going to be a 3-point play.
Now a big decision for Steve Holland. Miranda Moore has 4 fouls. You know, this team has only committed, what, 5 fouls in this contest, but Moore has 4 of them, so she will check out with 7:11 left to go in the third quarter. Not lucky numbers for her. Coming back in now is Terry Brock.
Yeah, that will be a difficult thing. I don't think he'll keep her out too long, but she must sit down a little bit here and just get her wits with her about her so she can come back in and play without fouling.
Arnold cannot convert the three-point play. Sims back the other way. 35-27, 7:03 left to go third quarter. Three-quarter court pressure put on now by Oregon City. This is Sims to Brock to Webb. Each of those 2 young ladies hit a couple jumpers in the first half. The offense that White County needed to contend with Oregon City, but I am so impressed by the methodical play of the Lady Pioneers. And that shot impressed me as well by Stafford, and we come back the other way, and Alderman cannot connect, and the rebound's pulled down inside by Brock, and this is Sims now with 6:34 left to go. The lead down to 5 at 35-30.
Randy, I'm not sure whether it's me, but you and I talked about this last night. There have been a lot of layups missed in this tournament. Uncontested layups, and there was another one right there. I'm not sure why that is.
Knocked away by Smith, but I think Ashley is called for the reach-in foul, and she is, and that's her second. 6:17 left to go in quarter number 3. Well, we talked about the travel involved for some of these teams. You know, it's really tough because you come in here and boom, you've got to play, and it's not like you just play one game. All teams in this tournament, even if you lose, you go to a loser's bracket. Everybody plays 3 games in less than 48 hours.
My players used to tell me, Randy, tight rims, Coach. Their rims are too tight.
Every time they lost, right? Which wasn't that often.
Every time they missed one.
Alderman with the turnover. Here comes Smith back the other way with 6 minutes left to go third quarter. The lead down to 5 at 35-30. Inside Arnold sees the double T, puts it up. Nope. Rebound strong by Amber Clark inside.
I think White County understands that Arnold, when she catches that ball inside, she almost always turns to her right shoulder and shoots with the left hand.
We nearly got that pass coming our way here at midcourt. Amber Clark will stop and pop from 16.
Yep.
Got it!
They're right back in this ball game.
What was a double-digit lead is now down to 3. This is Alderman. Thinks about it. Back out to Smith. Inside. McKinney loses the handle. Yamasaki hunts it down, throws it up too strong. Inside, put up by Alderman. Arnold flat-footed, but they wave it off. And a push-off inside is going to go on Arnold with 5:21 left to go in quarter number 3.
Yeah, they got her for leaning over the top that time. And again, White County tries not to give them more than one shot. They got the foul, got them the ball back.
That is foul number 3 now on Tammy, and she will check out. And Brian Mulherry will check in. Also back in out of this contest is Stephanie Osorio. And Alderman will take a seat for the Lady Pioneers. Credit White County with his comeback, Jim. They have not given up, even down by double digits.
No, they haven't. And the low score favors White County because they like that game slow and they like the score low and take advantage of their shots. Good move inside.
Clark off the glass. Nope, but she draws the foul with 5:07 left in the quarter. And if you're Brad Smith, do you contemplate a timeout sometime soon?
Well, I think if you're Brad Smith, one of the things you say, you've got to keep Amber Clark from catching the ball in the middle. Because when she catches it in there, she is quick enough and strong enough to get it right to the basket. They've got to do a little better of keeping her from getting the ball inside.
McKinney picks up her second foul. Clark now with 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 out of 3 from the line in this contest as you look at the brain trust for the Warriorettes. In this quarter from the field, White County 3 of 3, 100%. Oregon City 1 of 6 for 17%, and that's why the lead is now down to 2 with 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. And again, White County staying in that zone, Jim.
Yep, that's their defense.
Osorio, hawked by Webb. This is Smith.
That matches their philosophy of making the game a half-court game, and so they stay right in that, and they don't change much.
Off the glass, nice shot, great play inside by Michelle McKinney. Got it to fall with 4:42 left to go in the quarter. She'll have a chance for one more.
Great job there of catching the ball and using her left hand to get the ball to the basket. Watch her use her left hand. Squares up, uses her left hand. Well done. Oregon City, all of these teams are very strong, very good fundamentally. They're fundamentally sound.
McKinney looking for point number 5. She converts another 3-point play. And the lead is up to 5 with 4:42 left to go here in quarter number 3. Resetting the scene for you. White County 8-0 on the season. They were number 1 for 8 weeks last year. And Oregon City 8-0, and they're number 1 right now in the nation. But Stafford brings the Warriorettes back to within 3.
Her shooting has been a factor here, Randy. She has done a good job squaring up and shooting the ball on the wing, and she's not bashful about shooting it.
Well, she's not, but she just does what she is asked to do. And in this situation with more on the bench, she's really had to shoot more and pick up more of the offensive slack for White County in this contest. Smith to inbound. Yamasaki from 14. That one is short. Look at Ashley Smith try to save that, but she does so right to Brock, and this is Sims back the other way. Chance to cut the lead to 1 or tie. Stafford to Sims. This is Webb. Takes it inside, will launch. Nope, back of the iron. Yamasaki there. Check that. That is Osorio hunting down the rebound to Ashley Smith. Great block out inside by the Lady Pioneers.
I like Webb. Does a good job with her skills.
Well, Harry's strong to the hoop. Will draw the foul with 3:53 left to go. Chalk up the foul to number 44, Amber Clark, her second in this half.
Yeah, again, you're going to see Oregon City get the ball right into the block. And defensively, if you're in a zone, that's one place the ball cannot go. So they're going to do a better job of getting back inside, fronting that post player.
Well, Harry averages 10.4. She's got 4 in this contest. The thing I like, too, about the Lady Pioneers is you think about the post players they have. They've got Arnold, Harry, McKinney, Yamasaki can play inside, and Warnock. They are loaded. And of those players, only 2 are seniors.
Makes Coach Smith happy.
39-35, 3:48 left to go. This is Webb to Clark. Got Stafford on a wing. She's open. Back out to Sims now. Clark.
Yes, yes. When she handles the ball there, she is very, very effective.
Got 15 now in this game. She averages 15.6. Nice pass. Launched in and out. Put up and nailed back down by Brian Mulherry.
Those 2 girls have done very well here for Oregon City the last 2 or 3 minutes.
McKinney and Mulherry picking up the slack in the post for the Lady Pioneers as the lead is back to 4 with 3:06 left to go. Skip pass out to Webb, to Clark. Stafford will launch. Wow! That one was almost from her waist.
She had her feet ready before the ball was coming.
And a turnover. We're going back the other way. As on the play, I think Brian Mulherry stepped on the baseline, and now White County will get the ball back with a chance to tie.
You're going to watch Sabrina Stafford. She had her feet ready before she caught the ball. All she had to do was catch it in the triple threat position and shoot it in.
Jim, she's got 11 points, 9 in this quarter. The lead is down to 2, and she's got the ball off that triple screen. Sims works inside, rejected from behind. A jump ball called. A great defensive play inside by Mulherry. Alternating possessions, it will stay with White County.
Yeah, very good call there by the official. You're going to see a very good call. She got all ball in the back. Very excellent call.
And Sims to inbound now with 2:50 left to go. This is Webb. She's called for the walk. Tell you what, White County can't do what Oregon City can. They can lob that ball inside for that beautiful play inside. And Oregon City has that down to a fine science.
Yes, and they've got 3 or 4 players who are big enough that can get post position and catch it inside.
Smith to Charrier. Launched by Ashley. That will be way short. Who's going to touch it? Alderman tries to save it, but it hits the baseline. We'll go back the other way with 2:32 left in the quarter.
And if you notice, White County has got the basketball game at the tempo that they want it. Oregon City has not had a lot of transition baskets.
My question is then, if you're Brad Smith, how can you change things to get the pace going at a tempo that you like?
Well, they do it with their defense, and so they're going to have to, once you got to score, and once you score, then you get your defense to get that turnover.
In and out by Sims, put back up by Clark, got it. We are tied at 41. Clark with 2 more. New ball game, 2:05 left in quarter number 3. Knocked around, Alderman gets it back. White County is on a 20-8 run right now, and they've knotted things up at 41 apiece. Both teams 8-0 on the season.
This is the way it should be. This is how you like your semifinal 2 undefeated teams. This is the way you want it to happen.
We'll also have 2 more undefeateds coming up in the next semifinal as Pickerington, number 2 in the nation, plays host to Christ the King out of New York City. 41 all, 1:38 left to go. Quarter number 3.
Oregon City doesn't like this, have to move the ball around. They like 2 or 3 passes and a shot.
McKinney too strong. Well, Harry is there. Great play in this quarter by Brian.
Those two have done very well. With Arnold out, they have done very, very well offensively.
And now, Jim, they're able to show that full court pressure.
Exactly, and that's what they would like to do, and maybe get a turnover or two, although White County has not allowed them to do so. Launched by Brock, no good.
2 White County players fight for the rebound. Clark tries to put it back up, and she draws his foul inside with 1:05 left in the quarter.
And Webb keeps it alive. There you have Amber getting the ball inside, gets the foul. Randy, this is what you like, because the game now, the players are just competing in the game itself, and so they're into the game. This is what you like to see in a caliber of this type of basketball game.
Osorio checks back in for Cherrier, who committed that foul, her first in this contest, with 1:05 left to go. Only team foul number 5 in the second half, committed by Oregon City, so White County inbounds. This is Brock inside Stafford. Webb will launch. It is too strong. Tipped around. Fought for Clark. Gets the loose ball. Puts it up. No! Rebound Alderman. Under 1 minute, third quarter. Osorio. That is what she did at the start of this contest, except not from that range.
Yeah, that was square up and shoot it in. Buried it.
Lead is up to 5 now at 46-41 with 32 seconds left in quarter number 3.
Big possession here for White County. They need a basket.
Well, Jim, down 5. Do you wait for one at this juncture?
Coaches don't seem to be doing that, Randy. They're just looking to get the good shot, but they need one here.
That was not. We come back the other way. This is Smith now, and you would think the Lady Pioneers will wait. Up by 5 with 12 seconds left in the third period. Down to 8. Osorio with 5. Mulherry with 3. It is short. McKinney, nope. That will end the third quarter. Nice comeback by White County. But Oregon City is still on top by 5. The number 1 team in the nation leads by 5 after 3 stops. 46-41. Back with the fourth quarter here on Coaxial Sports right after this. Stay tuned.
Friends, during our year-end closeout sale, you can drive a brand new 94 Geo Prism for only $159 a month, no money down and no payments till April. 20 to choose from, all at this incredibly low price. Every car has air conditioning, stereo, rear defogger, and dual airbags. Now you can drive the car that Consumer Digest called one of 94's best buys for only $159 a month. Why pay thousands more for an import when you don't have to? Come drive home a Prism today at Dulswad Chevy Geo. You'll be glad you did.
Hey, careful with that. Are you sure this is convenient?
I'm positive. They got 2 locations.
Are you sure this van's going to be big enough?
Relax, Mom. It's a 14-foot fully loaded cargo van. It's plenty big enough.
What if there's something in here I need?
Don't worry. Both locations have 24-hour access and state-of-the-art security.
Well, that wasn't so bad.
Hey, where's Grandma?
Kids, why is it so dark in here?
Through the generations, we pass down more than recipes. We pass down traditions. And although we never had a choice on how we entered this world, we do have a choice on how we leave. By pre-planning your funeral, you can make sure your family understands your wishes. And rather than leave them with questions, you can leave them with memories.
Contact Dwayne R. Spence Funeral Homes for a free guide on pre-planning.
It's 9:30 p.m. Do you know where your realtor is? If you're working with Dan Greger's team at RE/MAX Suburban Realtors, chances are they're in the office or out with clients, working hard to find you the right home or to get your property sold. Time to buy or sell a home? Call Dan Greger's team at RE/MAX and start packing. Call 833-6611 and ask for Dan Greger.
Welcome back. That is the scene out in the concession area here at Pickerington High School. We are sold out, so we're offering the feed out there along with audio. Hi, folks. How you doing? Greg Baker is touring the facility throughout this contest. He'll give you all the color and drama and glamour. The Lady Tiger Holiday Classic 46-41 as we start the fourth quarter. Sad to say somebody's going to get their first loss of the season. What a comeback by White County in this contest as they get the ball in the turnover. And Jim, leading scorers for Oregon City, Osorio with 9, Meharry with 9, Clark with 17, Stafford with 11 for White County. Your thoughts about the third quarter?
Well, White County played very well. They got the ball inside. Interestingly, they did it without Miranda Moore, and there she is back in the ball game, and right away has an impact.
In that third quarter, White County had 16 points. Clark had 7. Stafford had 9. And how about the play, too, by Meharry coming off the bench, and a great job as well by Osorio, too, who's starting in this game, and she alternates with Alderman. She's got 9, and Meharry off the bench also with 9.
McKinney did a great job inside, too, in that little stretch, Randy.
And a chance now for White County to cut the lead to 1 or perhaps tie. But the pressure's put on. Boy, that's a hard pass to throw over the top of Yamasaki at 6'1½".
Yeah.
This is Clark.
If I was Coach Smith, I'd have her out there, too, because it's difficult to throw over.
Stafford will launch back of the iron, right to the arms of Meharry.
Yeah, she maybe had counted that one because she was already backpedaling down the floor.
We mentioned the 2 top scorers for Oregon City. We should add that Arnold has 8 in this contest, and McKinney has 5.
Arnold has not been a real factor, Randy, especially in this second half.
She's averaging 23.6.
Yeah, they've done a good job keeping her from getting the ball. They played this zone very well.
Launch by Smith. Nope. Rebound. Good position inside by Stafford. We go back the other way one more time. The person of the Warriorettes, 8-0 on the season. So is Oregon City. The winner of this game will play the winner of Christ the King and Pickerington. Stafford will launch. In and out, no good. Tipped around right in the hands of Moore. Puts it up. Got it. And a chance for one more with 5:52 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Randy, I don't know if we'll see this on the replay, but Danielle Webb keeps this ball alive. Watch her get inside, and she gets a hand on the ball and keeps it alive right there, and then gets it over to Moore, who gets the ball in the basket. Chance to tie.
Alderman and McKinney back in. Yamasaki and Meharry will take a seat. First foul on Meharry in this contest. And Moore with a chance to tie this game at 46. What a comeback.
It's interesting when a game gets like this, you almost think the advantage goes to the team that likes to play at this, at this pace. And that certainly at this time would favor White County.
Moore sat out just about all the third quarter. She went out with, 7-11 left in the quarter?
Exactly.
She comes back in to start the fourth quarter. She has scored all 5 points in this quarter, and White County gets it back one more time.
Yeah, Arnold should have shot that one. She was trying her teammate was open, but she had that little 5-6 footer. She should have shot the basketball.
I'm surprised. I thought the pressure would wear down White County later in this contest. Moore is open for an easy 2, and now they take the lead 48-46. This is the first time early in this game when they were up 2-0. What a comeback by White County. They've got the #1 team on the nation on the ropes right now, but look at this. So calm, so cool. Ashley Smith launches from 3-point range. She's got 7 now in this contest, and that is her 4th tray of the season.
Both teams very well coached. Both teams stay within what they can do.
Clark strong in the hoop, fights for a rebound, and draws the foul inside with 4:47 left to go as Oregon City clings to a 1-point lead.
Yeah, you've got to like Amber. Watch her take the ball to the basket, and then just fight to get the ball back. Just get in there. It's going to be mine. That's what she's saying, and she's obviously did get it.
And the foul goes on McKinney. That is her 3rd, and now Oregon City burns their first timeout so far in this tournament. In fact, Jim, they have 3 remaining in this contest. Same number left for White County, Tennessee, with 4:47 left to go. The Lady Pioneers up by 1 at 49-48. White County is on a 27-16 run. And folks, we want you to enjoy the games that you see right here, and we would like you to order your own personal copy of all the games of the 1994 Lady Tiger Holiday Classic. Share the memories with your family and friends. You can call Coaxial for more information at area code 236-1209, extension 389. We'll give you all the information you need. It's area code 614 if you're watching outside of Central Ohio. 236-1209. Coaxial Sports brings you the best in local sports. Timeout taken. You were Brad Smith, Jim Hamilton. Why did you burn that timeout?
Coaches, when you're #1 in the country, I don't think they like to take timeouts. And he might have waited a little long, but he wanted to make sure that they got into their offense. Tell them, you know, you are a good basketball team. What you're doing is good. Stay with it. You know, get the ball into the basket. Follow that, get a good second shot, and then come back and play strong defense.
Even think about a national ranking, Jim. Is that something that as a coach you don't even worry about?
No, you don't think about that. That's not even a factor.
Just makes good material for us as we telecast these games. As Clark nails that one to knot this game at 49 all. She's got 18 now in this contest, 9 rebounds, 4 out of 5 from the line. She was 9 out of 13 from the line in the first round matchup against Cardinal O'Hara. White County, back and forth we go. They now lead by 1 at 50-49. Webb goes for the steal. The last to touch it was who? They say it was Webb. It goes back to Oregon City.
And again, that's what happens when you are a team that likes to transition. You've been playing slow, and all of a sudden you try to get it down, and you're just not quite in that rhythm that you like to be in. The game, in terms of rhythm, is definitely in White County's favor.
Smith, who nailed that tray earlier this quarter. Osorio, who's hit a number of great outside jumpers. Well, they have shut down Arnold inside, haven't they?
Yeah, and I think that White County will let their guards shoot outside and not let the ball go into Arnold.
She gets it now, though, and she nails it. That's what she needed from about 6 feet.
Yeah, when you're that good a player, she needs to have the ball in her hands here late in the ball game. And I'm sure Coach Smith, that's one of the things she said. Get the ball back inside, get the ball into Arnold's hands.
She goes into double digits with 10 points, and we're down to 4:04 left to go. Inside, Moore puts it up. Did she walk? Yes, she did.
Still a good play. They got the ball right inside. She tried to get square and then just wasn't quite on balance and made a little skip move.
These two head coaches are outstanding. They impress me with the way they can just make small hand gestures and get their teams to adjust immediately.
As we've commented before, both of these teams are fundamentally very sound, and the coaches certainly have them ready to play. It's fun to watch.
Alderman will launch for 3. Got it! Big shot by Shelly Alderman.
They're certainly not bashful to shoot that 3 when they have it open.
She's got 7 now in this contest. And that ball is kicked by Smith, and White County will keep it with 3:35 left to go. Boy, outstanding play in girls high school basketball. If you're new to it, keep it right here in Coaxial Sports. You will see a ton of it, as well as on Sports Channel, the best in college basketball as well. And I love to watch the girls basketball players. You see so many outstanding student athletes. That intelligence always carries over onto the basketball court, too.
Exactly right.
3:28 left to go, and another foul on Oregon City. Take a look.
Again, the ball goes right to the inside. That's where they want it, right into Amber Clark's hands. She is fouled by Arnold, and she has been deadly from the line.
And for the second consecutive game, Jim Hamilton, Tammy Arnold now has 4 personal fouls. So Clark goes to the line. Again, she's made a living there. She's got 19 points in this contest. I want to finish up on the point about the student athletes. You know, I just sense that you see so many honor students in girls basketball because, unfortunately, they know that after college, they have to choose a career. Unlike a lot of the boys who still seem to have this dream they can play professional basketball, the girls seem to have everything in perspective in high school basketball, and they know this is just a small part of their life. But an exciting part right now.
A very exciting part. I don't think there's too much book thinking going on right now.
Not at all. Alderman. Skip pass for Smith. 3:10 left to go. Lady Pioneers with the basketball and the lead. Osorio is short. Arnold is there. Works to the hoop. Nice play by Tammy for 2.
Yeah, good job there by Arnold catching the rebound and ducking under and getting an easy basket.
And just when you think Oregon City's going to crack a little bit, they move out to a 5-point lead, but now they commit the reach-in foul and chalk it up with 2:51 left to go to the Lady Pioneers.
Yeah, just a little reach in there. Again, they're trying to get right into that press, which they're very good at, but instead of just holding their position, little hands and go on the ball.
Osorio picks up her 3rd foul. Tammy Arnold has 4. Michelle McKinney has 3. For White County, only 1 person in foul trouble. That is Miranda Moore. She's got 4. Sims to the line. And the younger sister Shelley playing on this squad as well. And a timeout is taken with 2:51 left to go. And Oregon City now burns their 2nd timeout. They have 2 left. And White County with 3 left. And folks, Coaxial Sports would like to hear from you. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, we'd love to hear about them. Just write us to Sports Director, care of Coaxial Communications, 3770 East Livingston Avenue, Columbus. The zip is 43227. From amateur to collegiate to professional events, Coaxial Sports brings you the best in local sports coverage. Interesting timeout taken by Brad Smith. 2:51 left to go in this contest. His team up by 4. Any idea what he's discussing with his team right now?
I think he's talking about what they need to do offensively. I'm sure he's reminding them, you need to get the ball into Tammy Arnold's hand, because she has gotten, every time she touches here, the last 2 times, has turned it into points.
Again, both teams 8-0 coming into this contest. The next matchup, 2 more undefeated teams. Christ the King, featuring what some say is the top girls basketball player in the nation, Shaniqua Holtzclaw. And talking to Dave Butcher, the head coach of the Lady Tigers, said she looks more like a wide receiver on a football team. She's got long arms. She is so smooth. And Jim, you and I had a chance to watch her in the first round. She is something else.
She is very fluid. It'll be interesting to see. She didn't have to work very hard in the first round, Randy. It will be interesting to see tonight under the pressure, because she'll have to play tonight.
Neither did Pickerington. They cruised, winning by 60 points in their first round matchup. A whistle, and I think we have a lane violation. Yes, we do. It's on Miranda Moore. She stepped in early.
Miranda got in a little early. Whoa, here's a little different from White County. A little full court press, a little 1-2-1-1. This is interesting. See what happens.
So Diamond and 1 shown now by White County. They get the turnover. Sims, some more, draws the foul inside with 2:47 left to go.
Yes, that's very interesting. Good job, Coach Holland, making that little change. There's an old axiom in the basketball, Randy, that teams that press don't like to be pressed.
Ashley Smith picks up the foul. That's her 3rd. The Tennessee fans wanted Tammy Arnold to pick up the foul. They signaled what's going on. Ashley Smith. Tennessee fans can't believe it. Brad Smith was over-checking right now from Oregon City to see what the call was. Steve Holland now getting the explanation from our officials. That was Brian Stats, in fact, discussing the call. And Moore will go to the line, and Smith will indeed pick up her 3rd foul.
Those fans in Tennessee, they don't like officials either, Randy.
That's universal. I'll tell you what, these 3 officials have done an outstanding job. And Jim, you talked about it. First class in this tournament all the way. 3 officials working every single game, every team, all 8 playing 3 matchups in 48 hours.
And we've had excellent officiating. The officiating has not been, you haven't noticed it, which means it's a good officiating.
Moore has made all 3 of White County's field goals this quarter, but she cannot convert from the line. The lead stays at 4 with 2:37 left to go. Smith. Clark reached in, didn't get the call, and a whistle, and now a foul called on White County with 2:33 left to go. Will it be Sims? Yes.
2 things you look for at the end of a game, especially when it's close. You have to make your free throws, and you look for being able to rebound the missed shots, the offensive rebound. Those are the 2 things I think that are really important as you come down to the end of the game.
Oregon City's already over the limit. White County's only committed 4 fouls here in the second half. Smith needs help. 5 count is on. Osorio gets it just in time with 2.5 left to go. 56-52, the #1 team in the nation, Oregon City, on top by 4. Semi-final action for the Lady Tiger Holiday Classic. I'm Randy Reinhardt along with Jim Hamilton. Stick around. More basketball coming your way. And I tell you what, this should be an outstanding finish to this one. White County dictating the pace of this contest, and they are in this game with just over 2 minutes left, and nobody would have thought that based on first-round performances. Sims will pick up another foul in the last minute here. 2 on her.
You and I talked before the game, Randy, and we both agreed that the key would be if the game could be played at the pace that White County likes, and for most of the time, it's been that way.
Well, even at that pace, I didn't think they could do it with 5.5 players. And basically, that's what they've done.
They've stayed there. They've stayed right after.
Smith. Now it looks like the Lady Pioneers spreading it out just a little bit, trying to get it inside one-on-one to Arnold. Puts it up. Got it! Big play by Tammy inside.
Spread it out, then went to their money player.
Alderman goes for the steal. Moore gets it, though, and this is Webb now with 1:48 left to go. Remember, a boatload of timeouts still left. White County's got 3 left.
Nice.
Inside, Clark to Moore.
Great pass. Amber Clark.
And look at this. Sims with the steal.
Again, that press. The teams, that press caught Oregon City not aware.
Clark to the hoop. Got it. 2 more. The lead's down to 2.
Back into that tough press.
90 seconds left to go. Smith boxed off. Backcourt. Burns the timeout. 5 left to go, and listen to this crowd. They love their basketball here in Pickerington, Ohio.
And they're seeing great basketball. This is what you come to. This is what you pay your money to see, Randy.
#1 team in the nation has been challenged in this contest big time. Take a look. Great move by Clark to the hoop for 2.
Oh, she did a great job. And the play before that, where she had Miranda Moore underneath, just 2 great plays.
And that's something we do here at Coaxial Sports for the basketball season. We give away souvenir basketballs. On the other side, it's got our schedule. And for football, we've got the football schedule on the other side of the football.
Look at that pass. She went up to shoot the ball, thought shot, was covered, easy pass inside.
There's a nice little high-low game, Jim, that we were talking about.
That's right.
58-56. Oregon City up by 2. They have the basketball. They have 1 timeout remaining in this contest. White County with 3 left.
And I can watch out there. I'm looking at Amber Clark, and she's pumped. She is enjoying the moment and wants to play. That's great to see.
And obviously, if you're Oregon City, you want to get the ball in the hands of Ashley Smith right now.
Right. She has to handle the ball here.
And this is a spot situation, meaning that Arnold cannot roam the baseline because that was not right after a basket. Smith did have the ball after the inbound play. And here goes Smith. It's a 3-on-2. Ashley brings it back out with 1:15 left to go.
Earlier in the game, she'd have taken that, but in this situation, she knew that they need to have the ball.
Alderman to Smith. 1:05 left. The lead is 2. Just play good defense, I assume, right now if you're White County?
They've spread their zone out. It's a little more of a 2-1-2, and what they're going to try to do is trap the ball in the corners.
And the reach-in foul goes on White County. Steve Holland looks on.
Oregon City will be in the 1-1, Randy. That was their 6th foul, so the next foul, Oregon City will be on the line.
Number 3 on Sims. In fact, all 3 of those in the 4th quarter. Good move, too, for White County, because now they can send them to the line if they want to.
Exactly.
This is Arnold. Alderman.
Oh, close.
Webb nearly got the steal.
Yeah, they're in that 2. It's a 2-1-2, just a half-court trap. They try to get the ball in the corners.
You see the time remaining. Lower right on your screen. 58-56. Smith sees a double team. And pushed out to midcourt by Danielle Webb, who picks up her first with 35 seconds left to go. Think timeout now if you're White County?
No, I don't think so. I think he knows what the situation is. He may wait until, well, he is going to take a timeout. That shows you how much I know, Randy.
I've been coaching so long, haven't I?
You put me in that situation.
White County will burn their second timeout. They have 2 remaining, and Oregon City with 1 left. Well, hanging around you, I've learned a lot of basketball. Don't miss any of the action as 16 teams from across the U.S. converge in Columbus. The best of the best will be battling the boards. Battelle Hall on Saturday, January the 14th for the 1995 Coaxial National Hoops Classic. Get ready to see future collegiate and NBA stars take to the hardwood for a full day of competition. For ticket information, you can call area code 614-764-9399 or area code 614-889-2752. Remember the best of the best at the 1995 Coaxial National Hoops Classic. You were Steve Holland. You burned the timeout after I forced you. What are you telling your team right now?
Well, he's telling him, he's got to tell them 2 things. If they make the free throw, what they're going to do, which means they've got to get the ball down and get a basket and then press right away and either get a steal or a foul. If they miss the free throw, then he's saying you got to come down, work, and get the good shot.
Well, Clark has lived at the line for White County. Oregon City is only 2 out of 4 from the line in this contest. And Smith goes to the line now with 7 points. Ashley averaging 6.5, so right at her average. 58-56, 35 seconds left to go. Great concentration, great form.
Yep. Both teams have shown great form, great concentration, great poise. Both teams have been able to maintain their cool under pressure situations, and that says a lot for them as individuals and for their coaches.
She shoots 87% from the line on the season. 1 of 2. Well, 33 seconds left. You think 2 or 3 here?
You've got to get a shot wherever it comes right away. And then there's the 3.
Stafford will launch for 3. Back to the iron. Rebound right in the hands of McKinney. And they reach in and rapidly foul. It's on Moore. She's out of here with 23.6 left to go.
Again, White County did what they had to do. Stafford might have hurried that just a little. She was open. She looked like she might have hurried that just a tad.
So Moore will check out with 23.6 seconds left to go. And this could be a big free throw here, because if Oregon City converts at least 1, it's a 2-possession game then, at least for White County, Tennessee.
That's right.
Moore checks out with 12 points, but what a strong fourth quarter she had after leaving the third quarter with 7:11 left to go with 4 fouls. So McKinney goes to the line. She is shooting 82% from the line on the season. Not this time.
Again, they got to get the ball and get the shot. Let's see if they go for a three. Stafford would be the one you'd look for, but I'm sure Oregon City knows that.
Brock will take it baseline, put it up. Got it! 1-point game. Do you take a timeout? They won it. Nobody sees the timeout. And now a timeout is burned with 7.9 left to go in this contest. Let's see who that one's going to be called by.
That was interesting because Tammy Arnold took that timeout. That's an interesting call there.
Yep. They burned their fourth and final timeout.
Again, you get the reversal. Webb gets the ball inside. A nice move by Brock. Yes, squared up, shot it in.
She has had a great game off the bench. Now look.
Yeah, you see Arnold taking the timeout.
Burning it with 7.9 left to go in this contest. Now remember, that was their fourth timeout, Jim. So White County with good pressure can force Oregon City to have to throw the ball in because the Lady Pioneers have no timeouts left. I've got White County with 2 remaining in the last 7.9 of this contest. Quickly, both teams. Oregon City, what do you want to do right now?
Oregon City, you got to get the ball inbound. You got to get the ball down the floor. If you are White County, on the other hand, you're thinking steal or foul. They don't want any time going off the clock. They want to get the steal or make the foul and put them on the line.
We'll see what happens. Glad to have you aboard here for this outstanding semifinal matchup. Lady Tiger Holiday Classic 1994 edition. What a job done by our coaxial sports team, headed up by Drexel Yokoyama. Director tonight, John Nakauchi.
They're not putting pressure on they're trying to double time, not putting pressure on Tammy, who's throwing the ball in.
5 guarding 4, and you can see the time that ticks off before they foul. Ashley Smith, 6.1 left to go. The lead, though, is only 1, so if you're White County, you're in a good situation as long as you can get the rebound.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Holland wanted them to let Smith catch the ball.
Amber Clark picks up her third. It's not the important situation right now. We're looking at Smith going to the line. Now, if you're White County, do you think about burning a timeout, or do you wait till after this free throw?
I think they take it on the run. I think they know what they're going to do. I see Coach looking at them, and I don't think they're going to take a timeout here.
Smith has 8 points. She's 1 out of 2 from the line. Big free throw. The team is now 4 out of 8. Well, this determines a lot, whether they go for 2 or if they need a tray. Up. And they take a timeout with 6.1 left to go, so they'll have 1 timeout remaining. Well, what kind of play can you set up that will free you for a 3 with 6.1 left?
Well, first of all, Coach Stafford wanted to take the timeout and not get to half court and have to take a timeout. So now he knows exactly what they need. They need 3. They're going to run a full court offense off of the inbounds and probably try to get Sabrina Stafford open. But they have to get a 3-point shot, and that's what they'll work for.
Interesting situation now. If you're Brad Smith, we discussed this theory back and forth. Do you ever think about fouling in this situation? Because if you foul before they attempt the 3, you put them in a situation where the best they can do is maybe make 1 or perhaps 2 or make 1 and have to try to miss the second one on purpose. Does that thought go through your mind?
Sure. Coaches have debated that ever since the 3-point play has come in, and I don't know if there's any answer to that. I'm never in favor of fouling down there. Doesn't mean it shouldn't be done, though, Randy.
Well, the championship game of this tournament a couple of years ago, we saw somebody from Franklin County, Tennessee, foul a Pickerington player with no time left on the clock. Pickerington was down by 2. The young lady had 3 from the line. She missed the first one. She made the next 2 to force overtime. But Franklin County, Tennessee still won.
Here we go.
This is Sims. She will launch. Oh, it is short. Arnold with the rebound, and Oregon City survives by 3. They advance to 9-0 on the season. 61-58 the final. Back with more here on Coaxial Sports in just a moment. Stay tuned.
I'm very meticulous about my vehicle, and Funtrail Vans was too.
The salesperson was courteous and, more importantly, knowledgeable.
I appreciated the selection. I needed options, and Fun Trail Vans had them.
Customer service and satisfaction are the rules, not the exceptions at Fun Trail Vans. We offer complete custom conversions, ARE truck caps, alarm systems, cellular phones, plus much more. And as an official Ameritech mobile service dealer, Fun Trail Vans can offer you security and convenience. Fun Trail Vans, your one-stop van and truck accessory store.
Is your bank open the hours you need it to be? If not, switch to Fairfield National Bank's Super Money Market office inside the Pickerington Kroger store. We're open weekdays till 8, Saturdays till 6, and Sunday noon to 4. With hours like these, why would you bank anywhere else? For customers' hours, not bankers' hours, visit Fairfield National Bank inside the Pickerington Kroger store.
Expect a difference. Fairfield National Bank.
I came to Beanie's Mufflerland for the quality craftsmanship and the stainless steel exhaust.
I brought my car to Beanie's because he does the best custom work in Columbus.
I find it to be very reputable and only give you the parts you need.
In Columbus, Ohio, if you can't get it done at Beanie's, you just can't get it done.
So come to Beanie's Mufflerland, where we treat every car like a classic. It's 9:30 p.m. Do you know where your realtor is? If you're working with Dan Greger's team at RE/MAX Suburban Realtors, chances are they're in the office or out with clients, working hard to find you the right home or to get your property sold. Time to buy or sell a home? Call Dan Greger's team at RE/MAX and start packing. Call 833-6611 and ask for Dan Greger.
Welcome back to Pickerington High School. We get ready for the second semifinal, but first we reflect back on the first semifinal game. Oregon City stays undefeated. They win by a score of 61-58 to advance to 9-0 on the season. And Coach Brad Smith, what a game. What an outstanding contest. But I think, first of all, we have to give White County a lot of credit. They did a great job with 6 players.
Yeah, they got a super shooting team. We saw it last night, and we knew that they had 3 kids who could put the ball in the hole. And tonight, they did a great job of doing that. We got up on them, and I think that they just kind of picked up their intensity, and they came out. Well, there was one stretch where they must have went 7, 8, 9 in a row, and we weren't playing bad defense. They were hitting outside jumpers, and I mean, it was a good contest, and it's why we came out here to play teams like that.
Tammy, we can see why you're an All-American. You kept your composure again. You get into a foul situation. You pick up 4 fouls, but you hang in there tough. What thoughts were going through your mind in the closing seconds?
Just to keep, the whole team had to just keep on rebounding tough. We let them get a few rebounds on the backside that hurt us. We just had to keep our composure and not let them get to us. They made a lot of big baskets going down the end, and we just did a great job making our free throws at the end.
Brad, I guess when you're #1 in the nation, you expect to see these kind of tests throughout the season, don't you?
Well, we hope to see these kind of tests. They're the things that make you a much better team. It was a great one for us because we're so young, and our young players had to come and rise to the occasion, and I thought they really did.
Quickly, the play of Mohari and Osorio, they did an outstanding job in this contest.
Yeah, one's a junior and one's a sophomore, and last year they came off the bench, and I think that this is why these games make them the type of players they are, because they go out and they've got to produce in big-time games. I was really pleased with Stephanie shooting and Brian's rebounding. They did a good job for us.
Osorio, a great job as a stalder, and we had Mohari with a great job off the bench. You can see why this team is #1 in the nation. They win by 3, 61-58. Back with more from the Lady Tiger Holiday Classic in Pickerington, Ohio, here on Coaxial Sports right after this. Stay tuned.
40 years ago, folks had to watch their pennies, and they knew they'd go a long way at Bob Evans. We'd like to invite you back to that time with our 10 weekday breakfast breaks, like number 5, our new hot cakes with hot appleberry topping, or number 10, our new light breakfast with egg beaters and Bob Evans Country Light Sausage. 10 breakfasts, $2.99 and under. You won't go hungry at Bob Evans, won't go broke either. Come on in for breakfast.
Bob Evans at breakfast time.
I came to Beanie's Mufflerland for the quality craftsmanship and the stainless steel exhaust.
I brought my car to Beanie's because he does the best custom work in Columbus.
I find it to be very reputable and only give you the parts you need.
In Columbus, Ohio, if you can't get it done at Beanie's, you just can't get it done.
So come to Beanie's Mufflerland, where we treat every car like a classic.
Friends, during our year-end closeout sale, you can drive a brand new 94 Geo Prism for only $159 a month, no money down and no payments till April. 20 to choose from, all at this incredibly low price. Every car has air conditioning, stereo, rear defogger, and dual airbags. Now you can drive the car that Consumer Digest called one of 94's best buys for only $159 a month. Why pay thousands more for an import when you don't have to? Come drive home a Prism today at Dulswad Chevy Geo. You'll be glad you did.
Having an education is very important. One of the best things that I found at Columbus State was that the classes are a lot smaller. The cost was very affordable. When I started here at Ohio Dominican, all my credits transferred.
At Columbus State, you can complete your first 2 years and then transfer to a 4-year college or university.
I can't think of a better way to get a bachelor's degree than by starting at Columbus State.
Yes, you can. Columbus State. We have your future in mind.
Welcome back. The first semifinal in the Lady Tiger Holiday Classic is in the books, and Oregon City survives, getting by White County from Tennessee by a final score of 61-58. And Jim Hamilton, what a contest, and a classy crowd here at the end as well.
A great basketball game. There were no losers in this basketball game, Randy. White County just played their hearts out, well coached, did a great job. And, of course, Oregon City came through in the end. It was a fine basketball game. The crowd here came to their feet at the end. They appreciated what they saw, and they saw a great basketball game.
Now, White County got the pace they wanted in this contest. Time now to take a look at the final stats for this game. And you look at the numbers, they're almost identical as you go down the screen. The one thing you'll notice is that Oregon City did a good job from the free throw line when they really needed to down the stretch. Ashley Smith, probably the key in the last 30 seconds.
She shot the ball in, and she did what she's been doing all the game. When they needed somebody, she came through.
Leading scores in this game for Oregon City, Arnold had 14, Smith had 10. Meanwhile, for White County, Clark had 22 and Moore with 12. So Oregon City advances to the championship game. They win by a final score of 61-58. Back with more semifinal action from the Lady Tiger Holiday Classic right here on Coaxial Sports.